to the cloud. Super excited to have you guys here again. This is your host, Brandon Boyd. Topic title for today is overcoming feeling overwhelmed. I think a lot of people, as they're starting to build their business, whether they're trying to hit Platinum 150, Platinum 600, Platinum 1000, trying to go chairman, they get this overwhelming feeling like, you know what? I don't think that I can be successful doing this very thing. I don't think that I can be successful going chairman. In fact, they can't even conceive in their minds that they can actually be successful doing this very thing. And I believe that as you go through this, that you guys can be successful. I believe that you will be successful. And I'm going to give you some of the tips and strategies that I've done for 23 years now inside of this industry, 7 years inside of I Am Master Academy that have helped me be successful. Really, how to turn overwhelm into overproduction. So part of feeling overwhelmed, my personal perspective, is a lot of times when people say, I'm feeling overwhelmed trying to go from P2000 to P5000, or there's people quitting, there's drama on the team and so forth. Part of the reason for this is actually procrastination. And procrastination, according to my definition of it, is putting off something that you know that you should do and not being willing to do it. It's that thing of, I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it next week. I'll get that video done. I'll do this, and constantly putting things off, whatever those things are, whether it's in your personal life, your health life, your spiritual life, your financial life, we're always putting things off, almost like a credit card payment, constantly saying, I will pay now, but I'm going to put it on credit. I'm going to pay for that thing later. It's putting off the thing that you know that you should do, but not being willing to do it. And the key word is, or key words is not being willing. There's a lot of people who are not willing to do the thing that they know that they should do. And it's kind of like commitment. You know, a lot of people commit to do certain things, but the reality is they're putting it off during those feelings of excitement from the events go down, whether it's a Zoom call or it's a live event. Those feelings start to kind of dissipate and go away. When they think about Zurich, when they think about Arizona, those feelings that they had at the event are no longer there. They procrastinate. Feelings of overwhelm come over you to the point that it almost paralyzes people, and people say, you know what? I don't think that this is for me. The reality is, it's not that it isn't for you. It's that maybe those feelings have gone away. And so I'm going to help you guys overcome those feelings today and really what to do about it. Well, here's a recommendation I'd like to give to you guys, and I want you to write it down. Do something every day to move you closer to your goals within your life or business. Okay? You got to be doing something every day. What is that thing? It could be prospecting. It could be making a video, doing a post, signing somebody up, training a new customer. Do something every single day, 7 days a week, to move you closer to your goals within your life and your business. Now, we're in November. I've already set my goals for 2023. I'm 60 days in front of everybody else that's actually going to set their New Year's resolution. I'm already ahead. So what are those goals? But be doing something every day to move you closer to that goals, the goals that you have. And so you've got to identify, what is that thing I'm going to do every single day to move myself closer? What that's going to do is it's going to decrease the amount of overwhelm that you feel because you're doing something every day to essentially move the needle of your business, okay? Then here's another tip. Have a list. And guys, I'm not kidding. Literally right in front of me, I have a sticky note. Every day I have a new sticky note for myself. And I don't care if you guys put it on your phone. Actually, take the sticky note. I have it right in front of me. I have a list of 2 or 3 things per day to accomplish. And if those things are accomplished, it's good enough and I've made progress. Progress equals happiness. So I have, what are my top 2 or 3 priorities? I must get these things done. I'm not going to sleep until I get these things done. And that could be for your business. What are those top things that you're doing every single day? And that's what so for myself, I work off of a list. My mentality is, I'm going to cross these things off the list as I go throughout my day. And guess what? It's making me move towards my goals faster. I do it for trading as well. As I would start off with something, whether it was my risk management Excel sheet, right? Putting down my goals and crossing off if I did a certain percentage each day, if I caught a certain number of pips and stuff like that, I would write those things down. So guys, that 2 or 3 things, the reason why I say that type of list is it's something that's small rather than here's 18 things I have to do today. I feel so overwhelmed. I'm not even going to get started. Do something that you know is doable, that's going to cause you to stretch, cause you to kind of push yourself, that you know that you can accomplish it. But again, it's got to be those top priorities each day. So that's one thing that's going to help you guys feel less overwhelmed as you go out and you build your business, okay? Number 3, and this one is key. I think it's critical. Change your language. Change your language. Go ahead and write that down. Don't use, I'm so overwhelmed. I'm so frustrated. See, my team, even my upline, Jason Brown, Matt Rosa, Alex Morton, they never hear from me that I'm overwhelmed. They don't hear from me that I'm frustrated. I'm sick of this. This guy left. This leader's cheating. You know, there's drama. There's cross recruiting. They do not hear that from me. Their death and life are in the power of the tongue. Your words set in motion your future. You've got to change your language. Stop talking about the business in your team in a negative way. Stop using the words, I'm so overwhelmed. You know what the secret says? When you keep saying, I'm so overwhelmed, you're going to bring more feelings of feeling overwhelmed in your life. When you say things, whether it's your relationship or business partnerships, I'm so frustrated, guess what? You're going to literally attract into your life more thoughts of frustration. It happens with your work. It happens with your health. It happens in your relationship. I do not use words, I'm so frustrated. Look, I'm not saying to be in denial, okay? There are times you can be disappointed, you can be frustrated. There's no question about that. But when you keep talking about it all the time, the negative things towards your team and towards your business, you're going to get to the point that whether it's trading or business, you're probably going to quit. Stop using those words. Use different languaging. If you want to attract success, whether it's through the law of attraction or frequencies or whatever you want to call it, or God, right? If you want to attract those things into your life, well, you can't be using certain words and actions to get those things. That's my belief. You're going to attract what it is that you are thinking about, what you are saying, and what you are doing on a daily basis. Okay, that's key number 3. Now, Albert Einstein, he has a great quote, and I want to share this with you guys, and I think it's really powerful. When you do nothing, you feel overwhelmed and powerless. But when you get involved, you feel the sense of hope and accomplishment that comes from knowing you are working to make things better. You know why I believe that a lot of people are overwhelmed? It's because they're not doing very much. Now they're scrolling, they're being busy, but it's like Jim Rohn said, busy doing what? They're not being productive, they're just busy. They're busy scrolling social media. They're busy going through the motions. They're busy checking their bank accounts and statements and emails and notifications, but they're not doing proactive things that are going to bring the revenue in. Think about it this way. If tomorrow, some of you guys are on hourly pay, salaries, whatever it is that you do for your job. If starting tomorrow on Monday, that you had no guaranteed way of getting that salary or hourly pay, now you're on full commission, how much harder do you think that you would work? I guarantee you'd probably work harder. If there was no way to get the money without production, I guarantee, especially in sales, if the only way that you eat and pay your bills is full commission, some of you would work very much harder, whether it was on the business or trading or whatever it is that you do, because it is the only way that you eat is to be productive with what you do. That's why I said, when you do nothing, you feel overwhelmed and you feel powerless. And for a lot of people, that literally puts them into almost paralysis, right? Is that they are paralyzed. They take no action, which actually makes them feel even worse about their situation. And so that's why I tell people, just as kind of a review, that number one is you've got to be doing something every single day to move you closer to your goals within your life and within your business. And number two is you want to have a list of 2 or 3 things every single day. I'm not going to bed until these things are accomplished. And it's good enough. You're making progress, and progress equals happiness. See, hard work brings happiness. Working hard, being productive, makes you happy, right? It's laziness and procrastination that makes us feel overwhelmed, that then causes inaction and then for us to do nothing, right? So be doing something every day. And part of that is having a list of 2 or 3 things. And then number 3 is change your language, guard your language. Death and life are in the power of the tongue. The reality is what the words that you use will continue to attract what it is that you end up having in your life. That's what I believe. And I can tell you before, years back, the words that I used in the beginning weren't the best. I did get frustrated. I would say that I was overwhelmed. I did say that I was ticked off and used some 4-letter words, right? But what happened is then you're attracting literally into your life more situations to be frustrated about, to be overwhelmed about, to be disappointed with. You're attracting that into your life. So guess what? I'm happy and grateful now that my team is exploding. I'm happy and grateful now that people are cracking ranks. I'm happy and grateful now that my team is succeeding with trading. That's what I'm happy about. See, those are the kinds of words that I don't look in the back office and say, oh my gosh, the GV's down. This guy quit. This girl quit. I don't care. People are always going to be quitting, right? I'm focused on where I'm going. I'm not focused on what I'm going through. I'm focused on where I'm going to. That's what I'm focused on, my friends. You see what I'm saying? You've got to focus. The words are projecting where you're going. So think about that. Your words and the thoughts that you have and the actions you're taking every day are projecting where you're going to be 6 months from today, 12 months from today, 18 months from today. So be thinking about that. The language that you are using is literally projecting into your life what you're going to have. Think about this. I have a goal for the Netherlands event. Brandon Boyd, personally, will have no less than 1,000 people at that event. It's going to happen. In fact, it's already done. 1,000 people on my team are going to be at the Netherlands event. For Orlando, for the USA event, I'm going to have a minimum of 500 people at that particular event. So those events are like pretty much a week apart. So 1,500 people are coming to that event. It is a done deal just for my team. Now think about what that's going to attract into my life and into my business. My business is always expanding. In my mind, my business is always growing. Now, is it always growing? Of course it's not always growing. There's going to be pullbacks. There's going to be support. There's going to be resistance. But in my mind, every setback is a setup for a greater comeback. Rivers are going to be in the desert, right? Rivers are in the desert. I'm creating those rivers through the thoughts and actions that I'm taking every single day. See, my business is growing. Now, the back office may not show it's growing, but I'm planting the seeds every single day that great things are happening in my life and in my business. And guess what? They do eventually turn around because everything eventually bounces back. And that's the belief that I have, my friends. That's the kind of thinking that you have to have. If you want to hit chairman and go chairman and beyond, those are the kinds of thoughts that you have to have. TBX is growing. TCX is growing. FRX is growing. SFX is growing. ECX is growing. TLX is growing. All the X's, they're all growing. That's the mentality, my friends, that you must have in order to be successful inside of this industry. And not only just to hit it, but to continue to grow from there. So, my friends, that is my message for you guys today. I sincerely